Welcome, curious minds, to a journey into one of Hollywood's most enduring and bizarre urban legends.
This is not Santa's workshop. It's just one section of a creative world where new attractions for Disneyland are conceived. Now, a great deal of time, sweat, and a few tears were expended on all this, but there's a lot of satisfaction in developing ideas into realities which become a part of Disneyland.
The theory that Walt Disney, the visionary creator of an empire built on magic and dreams, was cryogenically frozen after his death, awaiting a future revival. It's a story that has captivated imaginations for decades, fueled by whispers, misinterpretations, and a touch of Disney's own futuristic ambitions. But is there any truth to this chilling tale, or is it just a fantastical myth that refuses to die? Today, we're diving deep to uncover the origins of this persistent rumor, examine the real circumstances of Walt Disney's passing, and even explore a fascinating modern conspiracy theory involving one of Disney's biggest animated hits. Get ready to separate fact from frosty fiction. The idea of Walt Disney being cryogenically frozen is almost as old as cryonics itself. The rumor suggests that Walt, ever the futurist, arranged for his body to be preserved in liquid nitrogen, hoping that medical science would one day advance enough to cure his ailments and bring him back to life.
Uncle Walt arranged to have his body cryonically frozen so that he could be brought back to life once medical science had got past the whole death thing. The rumor I heard at school was that it was actually just his head that was preserved, which I suppose would take up less space in a freezer.
This wasn't just a casual thought. The legend often details his body being stored in a secret chamber, sometimes said to be beneath Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, or even under Epcot. But where did this extraordinary claim come from? The exact origin is murky, but it gained significant traction in the late 1960s. One popular account points to a 1969 article in the French magazine Ici Paris, which allegedly quoted a Disney executive joking about Walt's desire to be frozen. This offhand remark, whether misinterpreted or intentionally sensationalized, quickly spread like wildfire, cementing itself in public consciousness. At the time, cryonics was a nascent field, capturing the public's imagination with its promise of immortality, making the idea of a forward-thinking figure like Disney embracing it seem plausible. While the cryonics theory makes for a compelling story, the reality of Walt Disney's death is far less fantastical, though no less tragic. Walt Disney was a lifelong heavy smoker, a habit that ultimately led to his diagnosis with lung cancer in November 1966. Just a month later, on December 15, 1966, he passed away at the age of 65 due to complications from the disease, specifically acute circulatory collapse. Contrary to the frozen legend, Walt Disney's body was not cryogenically preserved. His family confirmed that his wishes were to be cremated. A private funeral was held, and his ashes were interred at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California.
A deal of time, sweat, and a few tears were expended on all this, but there's a lot of satisfaction in developing ideas into realities which become a part of Disneyland.
On December 17, 1966, his death certificate clearly records his cremation, leaving no room for doubt about the disposition of his remains. The persistent rumor has been repeatedly debunked by his family, biographers, and historical records, yet it continues to resurface, a testament to the power of urban legends. Just when you thought the Walt Disney frozen theory couldn't get any stranger, a modern conspiracy theory emerged, connecting the old rumor to one of Disney's most successful animated films, Frozen. This theory, which gained popularity online, suggests that Disney intentionally named the movie Frozen as a way to manipulate search engine results.
Some people believe that Disney actually made the movie and titled it Frozen to distract the internet from these famed rumors. Now, when you type Disney and Frozen into Google, instead of a bunch of pages dedicated to the cryogenesis of old Walt, you get nothing but results related to the movie.
The idea is that for years, if you searched for Disney Frozen, you would find articles and discussions about the cryonics rumor. This, of course, wasn't the kind of publicity the family-friendly company wanted. So, according to this theory, Disney executives greenlit a movie with the title Frozen to bury the old conspiracy theory under a mountain of new, positive search results. Now, when you search for Disney Frozen, you're inundated with information about Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and the record-breaking movie, not the decades-old urban legend. It's a brilliant, if somewhat cynical, public relations move, and given Disney's history of carefully managing its public image, it's a theory that many find plausible. It's a fascinating example of how a company might use its own creative content to control a narrative and protect its brand. While the Frozen conspiracy theory is just that, a theory, it's rooted in a very real aspect of the Disney company. its meticulous and sometimes extreme efforts to protect its public image. Disney has a long history of carefully curating how it and its founder are perceived. For example, the company has been known to edit cigarettes out of old photos of Walt Disney to maintain a more wholesome image. The strict rules for costumed characters in the theme parks, who are not allowed to break character or be seen without their heads, are another example of this dedication to preserving the magic. This commitment to image control is what makes the Frozen theory so compelling. It's not hard to believe that a company that goes to such lengths to protect its brand would also take steps to bury a persistent and unflattering rumor. While there's no concrete evidence to support the theory, it's a fascinating case study in brand management and the power of storytelling, both on and off the screen. So, was Walt Disney cryogenically frozen? The answer, based on all available evidence, is a resounding no. He was cremated, and his ashes were interred in a public cemetery.
Great Uncle Walt frozen underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean
He
ride.
is not. We don't have him in an ice cube tray in the freezer, and no, not frozen. Was at the funeral, remember it well. No, not frozen.
The story of his frozen body is a classic urban legend, piece of modern folklore that has been embellished and passed down through generations. But the fact that it has persisted for so long, and even evolved to include a modern conspiracy theory about one of Disney's biggest films, speaks to our fascination with Walt Disney the man, and the enduring power of a good story. From the early days of cryonics to the modern era of search engine optimization, the Walt Disney Frozen theory has adapted and survived. It's a testament to our desire to believe in the extraordinary, to imagine that a man who created so much magic in life might have found a way to cheat death. And while the truth may be more mundane, the legend of the Frozen visionary continues to capture our imagination. A chilling tale that, much like Disney's own creations, seems destined to live on happily ever after.